So I have news that I've been holding on to for about maybe 2 months now. And when I got it, the first thing I wanted to do was make a video, but it wasn't legit. And I've told some people, actually told a lot of people that I know in real life, but I haven't told like you guys, right? So as you're aware, I went to Canada. I did 3 months training. I did CASI level 1 and passed. I did CASI level 2 and passed. I also did some CADS training for level 1 snowboard as well. Some mountain safety and some other bits and pieces. Right, so I come home and I apply to different resorts around Canada for a placement this coming winter. So when I get home from Canada, I have a think about where I want to spend the next winter. And I thought, you know what? I think Big White would be a good place for me to be, mainly because I know the mountain, I sort of know the people. I think for my first away season, like proper season, not like indoor stuff, it's going to be a helpful thing rather than going to a completely new place with no idea. So I checked their website and I waited, and I had a look around some other websites and nothing was open. So I thought, okay, well, we'll just wait until, you know, applications open. Application for Big White opens. I see it on the website. I jump in there. I've been checking it every day. Checking it every day. I jump in there. I've already made like my CV and stuff, and I send it, and I'm like, cool, done. And I was having a look at other resorts and nothing else was open. I thought, oh, well, you know, it's handy that if where I want to go is open first, if I get it, great. If I don't, then I can be rejected from there and other places aren't open. So I can go and do that, right? Come back and set a day for an interview. And I was like, okay, cool. Now, bearing in mind, this is my first ever interview, okay? It's the first time I've ever even written a CV properly. I did some for work experience when I was like maybe 16, 17. Other than that, I finished school. I started working for my dad. I've worked my way out, blah, 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 blah. Not interesting, not fun, but basically, I've never wrote a CV properly. I've never done an interview. So luckily, the person I'm doing the interview with is one of the ladies that took my level 1 exam. So she was the examiner, and she also organizes like the ski school and stuff. So it was nice to have like a friendly face. Anyway, so we're doing the interview and it's meant to be 20 minutes, and she's asking me questions, and I'm just like, you know, giving honest, true answers like, oh, what would you do if this happened? What would you do if that happened? You know, tell me more about you, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so I won't go into like the depths of it because I don't know, I'm probably not supposed to, maybe, I don't know. But basically there's questions that I gave out and questions that I received. And one specific point in the interview, I do remember, she said, you're a lot more than your CV. And I was like, what does that mean? She goes, well, your CV is like very snowboarding orientated. And I was like, well, it's because I'm applying for a snowboard instructor position. So even like, obviously the CV, the start of it is blah, 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 me. Bit of education, bit of work experience, bit of this work I've done in snowboarding industry indoors. And then my cover letter, I guess I just used it as a backup to back up the points. So if I was like, hey, I'm organized, I'd be like, hey, well, you know, I'm organized because I do this. Anyway, so this interview's gone on for like 90 minutes. Okay, it's meant to be a 20-minute interview. It's gone on for 90 minutes. And I'm feeling pretty good. I'm talking like I am now, just talking away. And I get to the end of the interview and I'm quite happy. And she goes, okay, cool, that's everything I need. Do you have any more questions? And I was like, oh, I've only really got one. And she goes, oh, okay, what is that? And I was like, and I was just thought, you know what, just go with it, right? And see what happens. And I was like, have I done enough to sort of, you know, making you think that you want to hire me this season? Or should I, you know, go and have a look at other resorts, you know, see what's out there? And bear in mind, at this point, I'm up here, right? I'm so happy. I've like every question I think I've nailed as far as I'm concerned. I'm talking away. There's no nerves, no nothing. And she hit me back with, you should definitely apply to other resorts. And at this moment, I was like, That is probably the second worst response I could have got. The first response would be, I'm really sorry, you know, you're not what we're looking for. And I'd have been like, okay, cool. I think the second worst response is, yes, you should definitely look into applying to other resorts. And my heart just sank. And if the person that took the interview is watching this, I don't know if you saw it on camera, but I was like distraught, like so like, I was like, I can't believe it. I thought like this was good. And now I'm starting to think, well, maybe it's a 20-minute interview and it was 90 minutes because I was so bad and all this stuff. And I went, oh, okay, fine. So I turned off the interview. Goodbye, see you later, blah, blah, blah. All friendly. And she's like, oh, we'll be in touch. And this was, I think, a Thursday or a Friday. So I was like, okay, we need to apply to other resorts. So, okay, cool. So go on to Google. I mean, you can copy this if you want to do your, if you're applying for jobs. And I put in, cool, I want to go to Canada. Canada's good. So I put in Canada ski resorts, top rated to bottom rated. And then I put different things in and I had a look at different areas and I went, okay, cool. So I'd like to go here, here, here. Made a list of 10 to 12 resorts. So then I go through applying to each one. Some of them are open at this point and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Just, you know how to apply. Some of them are not open. So I just email the management asking like, hey, you know, who's in charge? Is there any way that I can get an email of someone that I can apply with? And I reckon I spent 16 hours over the weekend. That was fine. And I think a little bit of time went past, maybe like a week. And I then got my offer letter. And it was the most happy, there was mixed feelings because I was so happy. When I got it in the email and it was like, hey, we'd like to offer you a place. And I was like, oh my God, I've nailed it. Like, you know what? From where we started to not being able to even stand up to like, hey, you know what? I now have a job. I know I have one indoors, but I now have one on a mountain teaching people to snowboard. This is awesome. This is great. And I was so happy. And I was like telling everyone, I was like, oh my God, they gave me a place. They gave me a place. This is what I'm going to do. And then I was like, oh crap, I've applied to all these resorts. Came down to the consensus was, do you know what? Let's keep that there. Let's have some interviews, see if they even offer me stuff. And then from there, once I have my offers, then pick. And I was like, yeah, do you know what? That sounds logical. That's what we're going to do. So in the end, we got offers from Big White. We got offers from Whistler. And we got offers from Banff. And looking at, I mean, they were all wonderful people, right? I guess it was good interview practice for me as well. As much as I would have loved to do like, say, 2 months in each resort, which I don't think you can do that. That's just like not a thing. But as much as I'd like to go to every single resort, I thought logically, if it's my first on mountain season, I have to make it a good one because it's going to be my only point of reference other than, hey, you've got all this stuff indoors. Say if I went to a resort that I've never been to, so let's say I go to Whistler, right? And then, I don't know, say I lose a kid or I lose someone or something happens and I don't know where they're going, I don't know what to do because I'm like the first couple of weeks in, I'm not quite like, I don't know where all the lifts are, the timing of different runs and stuff and bringing back people late. I just thought, I don't think it's a good idea. Let's go to where we started, see how it goes. And you know what? If it goes well and I'm happy, I like the runs there. I like the people there. I like the setup there. They've given me the job. They've made me an offer. I thought, you know what? Let's just go there, do it. And if we like it, we can just apply there every year, right? We can just go Big White, Big White, Big White. And then we can just go to different places in the summer. Fast forward all these weeks when I've been doing like indoor stuff, whatever. I haven't really been recording because I've still been releasing all the videos from Canada. As of, I think, last week. So today is now September, just whenever this video is released. We're in September. I've now signed the contract. I've signed loads of other paperwork and I've signed a housing agreement thing. So we are pretty much set to go. So on November the 17th, I will be flying from here to Canada to then, I think I have like a week to get my bearings, sort myself out. Then I guess it's a week of training, I think, and then just straight into it after that. So that is news, good news. I guess it goes without saying, if anyone is in Canada that wants snowboard lessons from moi at Big White Ski Resort, then you can go ahead and you can start like reserving and booking stuff now. So I believe if you book on the website, so if you go to Big White, I'm going to say it's bigwhite.com. If you book on the website, I believe you get 10 to 15% off. And you can request me, Mr. Kieran O'Keefe, as your instructor if you so wish. You don't have to book me, you can book whoever you want, or you can just take a lucky dip and see who you get. There's plenty of good instructors there. But yeah, if you are watching the YouTube and you want to see me, be me, become me, whatever, then by all means, that is something that we can do. Also on the back of that, if you are just going to Big White and say you don't need lessons and you just want to like hang out, chill, whatever, that's cool too. You can sort of find me on Instagram. I mean, you can there's links to my Instagram and stuff on the YouTube if you're watching this. By all means, feel free to message me and we can, I don't know, go for a ski or a snowboard or whatever you want to do. That's pretty much all the news for now, in terms of like big news. And we have some other bits and pieces that we'll do in a separate video. But yeah, for now, basically, we have a job in Canada from November till the end of April, and it's going to be good. And if I see you there, I see you there. And if not, you can follow it. Like, we're going to still carry on doing like daily content and stuff. And you can follow me online and see how we get on. Could be an absolute disaster. Might be the best thing I've ever done. Time will tell. We'll see what happens. Till then, I'll catch you on the next one.